thing is with you, man. Like even where we went bad at, the moment I did my interview with you, I talked to you before the cameras was even rolling. But you, literally, any other time I DM you, you hit me back. But this particular time when I'm DMing you, telling you, like, send me the video, the clip, you're not hitting me back. Now you drop it.
And why'd you beg to come on here?
To be honest, I really wanted to come here and beat your
Yeah, but you're not.
You want to go box? Let's go catch our face.
Man,
Again, I don't want to box.
Serious enough to where I really called you the way that I called you. So like, you hitting me with this, I haven't been able to sleep. I haven't been able to eat. It's been bothering me. That's true. And I believe that the only reason that you even give a f is because everybody else is calling you out.
But why do you
everybody else is looking at you like a piece of
Okay, you got into a fight with a white dude.
Exactly.
Was it like a racist thing? Was it like whites and blacks kind of clicked up in there?
How you know that?
Whenever interviewers get the opportunity to interview some rappers, some of them do not know where to draw the line. These interviewers sometimes go overboard, getting deep into some personal stuff that they should not, deciding to mess with some of the baddest rappers.
But I catch you somewhere, you ain't on your security, you come to Vegas every year for the and I be at the sports too. Every year I'm at so, Adam, I see you, white boy.
From one time when Adam 22 of No Jumper got swung at by famous Richard for messing around.
That's my best friend. That's my bestie.
He gonna say you?
That's my bestie.
Check it out. We're not doing nothing here. We're not doing nothing here. What you mean, gang? We're not doing nothing here. We're not doing well.
All right, yeah. Just sit down, relax.
To another incident where King Yella called the same Adam 22 out for disrespecting his cousin.
Hey, Adam, on my kids, you on there playing with my cousin Amari. Listen, I don't care what she talked about. You disrespecting her, calling her a rat and all bro.
As well as the time Lil Baby set the record straight with Vlad TV.
And you got into a fight with a white dude.
Exactly.
Was it like a racist thing? Was it like whites and blacks kind of clicked up in there?
How you know that?
It just seems like these interviewers never learn. Let's get right in. Let's start with Adam 22 and Richard Famous. Recently, things got pretty heated when Adam 22 had a tense back and forth with Famous Richard, a Chicago rapper who claims ties to the Black Disciples. The conversation was about the risks of feuding with someone from Chicago. It all escalated fast when Famous Richard took offense to Adam 22's laid-back attitude and straight up threatened to put hands on him.
That's my best friend. That's my bestie.
He gonna say you?
That's my bestie.
He gonna say check it out. We're not doing nothing here. We're not doing nothing here. What you mean, gang? We're not doing nothing here. We're not doing well.
All right, yeah. Just sit down, relax. Everybody, we can finish the podcast out.
I'll touch you, homie.
We can finish the podcast out.
You bad back though, BD. We're not doing that, bro. I'm saying bad back though. We're not doing that. Doing what? We're not doing that. Doing what?
We're having a good time, Richard. Come on, everyone's having a good time. All good.
We gonna do the interview, but I'm saying though, you get up close, don't make me nervous, gang. I'm doing my job, homie. Alright, on King Day, and I'm doing me. On BD. My job. I'm doing me.
But Crip Mac wasn't having any of it, so he stepped in, defending Adam 22, and daring Famous Richard to make good on his words.
We gonna throw them bitches, I'm a grown man. Yeah, we gonna on BD, we just gonna yo lead it with me. On King Day, it's gonna be all that. What you talking about?
You're in California.
I know I'm in Cali. I'm saying that this is me.
You're not gonna punch on Cook.
Not as good.
For those who aren't familiar, Crip Mac isn't just another face in the industry. Over the years, he's built a rep as much for his street fights as for his music and gang affiliations. One of his most infamous moments was his brawl with Jap 5, a jail fight that's still buzzing in LA's rap circles. Not to mention, there was that time he and FYBJ Maine squashed their beef in an LA park, old school style, with boxing gloves. Then, just a week later, the No Jumper drama unfolded. Crip Mac nearly added another chapter to his fighting legacy when the clip of the confrontation hit social media. Fans online gave him props for handling things exactly the way they expected. One commenter summed it up perfectly. It ain't happen often, but when it does, on 55 Cryep, this is why I love Crip Mac. For the most part, dude is an unhinged mental patient, but every now and then the real dude surfaces and it's awesome. All the other burnt out Adam has started hiring, I cannot stand, but Crip Mac is a great man. While many gave Crip Mac credit for standing for Adam, others did not waste time to call Adam's bluff, claiming that he had been on Famous's nerves all through the interview. One commenter said, "Bro, Adam was saying foul whole interview, instigating as usual that man can't fight at all." Then another chimed in accordance with the earlier comment, saying, "Facts. Bro tried to act tough, then looked at C-Mac with the help me eyes and called out to his security. Imagine needing security for a 5-foot-tall fake BD. C-Mac knew Adam was scared, that's why he said, "We not gonna let you beat on QH lemfao." It's no secret that these interviewers sometimes push things way too far, and Adam 22 has had his fair share of drama to prove it. That was not his first time though. One of the more intense moments involved Lil House Phone. A while back, the No Jumper podcast went live with Adam 22 and Lil House Phone, and things got heated fast.
I'm not even like surprised about even the way you're reacting right now, bro. You've been like this, bro. You want to look like the good guy. You want to look like you cared so much. You wanted to edit it, but that's just not the truth, bro.
The tension stemmed from a previous episode where Adam interviewed a transgender woman, Gracie Jane. During that interview, Jane spilled some information about hooking up with someone close to Adam. While the name was supposed to be edited out to protect privacy, sharp-eyed viewers noticed Jane's lips clearly saying house phone. On top of that, the editors accidentally left in a slip where his name was mentioned outright.
Never mind.
Come on, let's hear the
No,
impression.
I was going to impersonate someone that I shouldn't have.
Oh, come on. You've already sold out entire life here.
Well, yeah, well.
Once the episode aired, social media blew up with speculation about House Phone's alleged connection to Jane. Reddit threads, Twitter posts, and comment sections were buzzing with chatter. When House Phone finally got on the show, he confronted Adam, accusing him of being careless with the editing, exploiting the situation for views, and not valuing their friendship enough to keep the secret under wraps.
My whole problem with this whole is that, like, I never asked you to take my name out of a title. I never asked you to not lay a joke on me. I never really took it serious enough to where I really called you the way that I called you. So, like, you hitting me with this, I haven't been able to sleep, I haven't been able to eat, it's been bothering me, that's straight. And I believe that the only reason that you even give a f is because everybody else is calling you a.
But why do you
everybody else is looking at you like a piece of.
Things reached a boiling point when Adam brought up that he had paid for House Phone's mom's funeral. That comment hit a nerve. House Phone snapped, throwing his drink at Adam before storming off the set.
Actually acting like I have some kind of disrespect for your mom when
You're full as fuck.
I paid for the
First of all-
funeral as soon
first
as
of
it
all-
happened just because.
Hey, you gave me some money, nigga. You didn't pay for the funeral, nigga.
It seemed like the episode ended there, but about an hour later, No Jumper went live again. This time, Adam and House Phone appeared to have patched things up after an off-camera chat, surprising viewers with their calmer attitudes. But that, still, wasn't the only time Adam crossed the line. Another clash involved King Yella and his cousin. King Yella went live on Instagram, furious about Adam allegedly disrespecting his cousin by calling her degrading names like
Hey, Adam, on my kids, you on there playing with my cousin Amari. Listen, I don't care what she talked about. You disrespecting her, calling her a rat and all this.
He didn't hold back, swearing on his kids and going off on Adam, calling him a goofy white boy, a biker, and a nerd. Yella even accused Adam of being showing just how serious he was about taking the feud to the next level.
Goofy boy, you nerd, bro. You's a skater, biker, a fool boy, a whatever the you's a goofy. You playing with my cousin, disrespecting her.
Yella didn't stop there. In another interview, he brought up another messy situation involving Adam and a rapper named Rooga. He pointed out how Adam's antics seemed to keep landing him in hot water. Rooga made an appearance on the show, and at first everything seemed fine, until it wasn't. Word got out that Rooga had asked Adam to send him a copy of their previous interview before posting it, and Adam agreed. But when Adam didn't follow through, things started to get tense.
My thing is with you, man. Like even where we went bad at, the moment I did my interview with you, I talked to you before the cameras was even rolling. About that billion, you feel me? Just off the strength of, that's Duck Homie. We always in cahoots with each other. And I just ain't got time to be, you know what I'm saying, bashing the next internet or whatever. But listen, this was the thing though. It's like, even after the interview, I talked to you, I'm like, I don't know, I just want to see the interview before I come out. You know what I'm saying, to see it, you know what I'm saying? Just, cause I ain't got time to be stirring all goofy But you, literally, any other time I DM you, you hit me back. But this particular time when I'm DMing you, telling you, like, send me the video, the clip, you're not hitting me back. Now you drop it.
Rooga didn't hold back with next chance he got, calling Adam out for the previous incident, then bringing up how Adam had acted in a situation involving FBG Duck's mom and FBG Wooski's earlier interview. He made it clear he wasn't happy with how Adam had handled things. Instead of defusing the situation, Adam did what he does best, stirring the pot. He brushed off Rooga's concerns, claiming the interactions with FBG Duck's mom were mutual and harmless flirtatious.
You on here playing with folks' mama, like Duck mama, bro. Like, I don't give a how much you playing. Just don't play with folks' OG.
I think that was a mutual thing. Her and I had this little flirtatious joke thing going.
At the end of the day, another thing, you play with Wooski, bro. Like, just hit me out.
We talk.
I don't care if y'all talk. That ain't that. I got a personal problem with it. Because it's the principle of you playing with him about him getting shot in the head. No joke.
But that only made things worse. The back and forth escalated until Adam told Rooga to leave the show, straight up saying he was fired. One of Adam's security guards stepped in and looked ready to physically escort Rooga out, but Rooga stood his ground, daring the guard to touch him and calling him soft-aw security. The showdown didn't end there. It spilled over to social media where people had a field day. One commenter joked, "This gotta be scripted," while another chimed in with, "He's always almost fighting somebody." Now when King Yella weighed in on the drama, he called Adam a culture vulture, accusing him of riding on Chicago's wave for clout. Yella didn't mince words either, boldly claiming that if he ever caught Adam without security, they were going to get serious.
But I already told him, man. I told Remo that, like, if I ever see him, like, just put the gloves on. You got it, but he have to fight me. Like, if I catch him, like, he gonna have to fight me. He don't play with me so much, like, it's gonna have to be something. It's gonna be something. I'm gonna spit on him. I'm gonna do something to him. But I catch you somewhere, you ain't on your security. You come to Vegas every year for the thing, and I be at the boards too. Every year I'm at the board. So, Adam, I see you, white boy.
But Adam isn't the only interviewer who's had messy run-ins with rappers. Let's talk about some wild moments with DJ Vlad. Back in 2020, Lil Baby sat down for an interview on Vlad TV, where he opened up about his rough past and time in jail. Things were going smoothly at first, with the rapper sharing stories about his early life and his run-ins with the law. But then DJ Vlad brought up something unexpected, a specific incident from Lil Baby's time in jail that he'd never talked about publicly. That's when things got awkward. Lil Baby's reaction was immediate. He hit Vlad with a sharp, "How you know that?" And you could feel the shift in the room.
And you got into a fight with a white dude.
Exactly.
Was it like a racist thing? Was it like whites and blacks kind of clicked up in there?
How you know that?
Vlad tried to play it off saying, "That's just how prison is most of the time." But Lil Baby wasn't convinced. The suspicion was clear in his voice as he pushed back, making it obvious that something didn't sit right with him. Vlad, clearly scrambling, tried to recover by saying, "I think you may have mentioned it in the past."
I'm telling you, how you know I got into it with a white dude though?
But by then, the vibe had already changed. It was like a light bulb went off for Lil Baby. This wasn't just a regular interview. Vlad seemed to have access to details about his life that no ordinary interviewer should know. Fans watching the interview picked up on Lil Baby's reaction, and the internet blew up with theories. Many were convinced Vlad had some kind of connection to law enforcement or shady sources feeding him insider info. Some even started calling him a Fed, claiming he was always fishing for incriminating details in his interviews. This wasn't the first time Vlad faced accusations like this. Over the years, plenty of rappers have warned others to steer clear of Vlad TV, calling him out for asking loaded questions and pushing for stories that could land people in hot water. And in this moment with Lil Baby, it seemed like he caught on to the same thing. Let's talk about how fans on Twitter became convinced that DJ Vlad played a part in rapper Casanova's legal troubles, all because of a tweet from December 7th, 2020. The tweet featured a YouTube video by Hip Hop Media Uncensored suggesting the FBI might have pulled info from Casanova's Vlad TV interviews, even though the indictment itself never mentioned Vlad TV. According to the video, the feds had been watching Casanova since 2010, so they had plenty of time to dig through his media appearances, including those on Vlad's platform. People familiar with Vlad TV have often raised eyebrows about the way Vlad approaches interviews, especially when he starts asking about past criminal activity.
From what I understand, you used to rob people barefaced. No mask.
Nah.
And then I heard you would rob people and then take pictures with them at the club.
Fans argue it's not just the questions but the vibe, like he's prying into things he probably shouldn't. Casanova, whose real name is Caswell Sr., was facing life in prison at the time. He was one of 18 people allegedly tied to the untouchable Gorilla Stone Nation gang, charged with crimes ranging from to DC-efficking. The indictment, unsealed in White Plains federal court, accused him of conspiracy to commit racketeering, distribute controlled substances, and possess a firearm. Casanova eventually turned himself in, but his interviews on Vlad TV had already raised questions among fans. One viral comment summed up the sentiment: "It's not that he's getting cats hemmed up, it's the way he speaks. I can hear the smug smile whilst he asks about plights, choices, and repercussions." Things he will never know nothing about, ever. This culture is for his foraging only. Then back to Calabasas. Watch him cite Noi though. The backlash grew, with fans calling for a full-on boycott of Vlad TV. One person tweeted, "Don't just stop watching Vlad, stop effing with content like that entirely. All it does is make a proof of concept and spawn more ish like that." Another added, "And Vlad said, 'My name is on no paperwork, like and you definitely the police.'" The drama didn't stop there. Assistant U.S. Attorney Shiva Logaraja even noted that Casanova had used his platform, including his music and social media, to amplify the gang's message.
Brooklyn-born rapper Casanova pleads guilty to federal racketeering and drug charges. The U.S. Attorney's Office claims Casanova led the untouchable Gorilla Stone Nation Bloods gang and directed a multi-state conspiracy in that role.
Whether Vlad's interviews had anything to do with the case or not, the controversy kept his name in the spotlight, and not in a good way. Inner City Press, the outlet that kept everyone updated on Tekashi 6 Dice 9 INE's racketeering trial, confirmed that info Casanova shared during interviews, likely with Vlad, was referenced in the indictment. Still, there's no direct mention of Vlad TV in the legal documents. Fans weren't the only ones talking about this, though. Lord Jamar, the legendary New York rapper from Brand Nubian turned podcaster, weighed in too. Jamar, who was a regular guest on Vlad TV for years discussing everything from social issues to hip-hop culture, shared his thoughts on whether Vlad's interviews play a role in getting people into trouble.
Oh, Vlad TV.
Yeah.
Vlad, he was in there as a means to indict Casanova 2 times.
The debate was real. Is Vlad's intense questioning to blame, or should the guests themselves be more careful about what they share on camera? Some fans doubled down, calling Vlad a culture vulture who profits off oversharing rappers, while others argued that the artists need to take responsibility for their own words. It's not like Vlad just popped up in the culture yesterday. Born in Kyiv, Ukraine, and raised in California from the late 1970s, Vlad has been tied to hip-hop for decades. He's dropped mixtapes, produced documentaries, and even earned a computer science degree from UC Berkeley before working corporate jobs. His journey into hip-hop media has been long and layered, but his platform has developed a reputation that some call the Vlad curse. The so-called curse is this idea that artists who appear on Vlad TV end up in legal trouble. People point to cases like Keef D, arrested for Tupac's Emder, and Rollo, accused of running a drug operation.
It looked like he was reaching, yeah. Yeah, it did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you actually see a gun?
No, once he got the reaching, I got the ducking.
Whether coincidence or not, it's become a recurring narrative online, and fans haven't been shy about calling it out. As the conversation around Vlad's role in hip-hop continues, so does the controversy surrounding his interviews. It's clear this debate isn't going anywhere anytime soon. Speaking to Revolt TV about the so-called Vlad curse, DJ Vlad dismissed the idea, saying, "Just to keep it 100. Like, I've never heard of our stuff actually being used. An interview being used against someone in a case that they actually talked about. In my rationale for the Keef D situation, he wrote an effing book. But if there's anyone who's taken their beef with Vlad seriously, it's 50 Cent. Tony Yayo, 50's longtime ally, recently revealed that 50 offered him $5 million to start his own platform and stop appearing on Vlad TV. Considering Yayo is one of Vlad's most frequent guests, this feels like a calculated move by 50 to hit Vlad where it hurts, his audience.
I'm getting millions with 50 already. Look, hold on.
If this is your last interview, I appreciate all the interviews you've done.
See, he's getting scared now. Look, he's getting scared.
If Yayo takes the deal, it could deal a serious blow to Vlad's platform. 50's beef with Vlad isn't new. Vlad TV has often been a space where artists take jabs at 50, keeping tensions alive. Most recently, rapper Hurricane Chris reignited things during a Vlad interview, claiming he's a better rapper than 50 Cent.
So of course we accepting you in the city and you saying it's your city, but let us actually show you the city. Don't just spend all your time downtown with the people with the suits and with the people that, you know what I'm saying? Like, we can actually show you this community. But
of course, 50 didn't let it slide. In true 50 Cent fashion, he turned it into a joke. Sharing a clip from Chris's interview where he fumbled the word educational, 50 captioned it, "This is what happens when the educational system fails you in the 50 states of America," mocking Chris's slip-up. For 50, turning feuds into entertainment is just part of the game. Hurricane Chris, not one to stay quiet, clapped back in the comments, admitting he spoke too fast but calling out 50 for ignoring the real issue: Louisiana's struggling education system. This back and forth is just another example of how Vlad TV often stirs up drama. Vlad seems to thrive on moments like these, pushing his guests to say things about 50 Cent that spark controversy. But 50's been through this before and doesn't seem too fazed. Take Tony Yayo, for instance, 50's right-hand man. Vlad has tried multiple times to get Yayo to criticize 50, but it's never worked. Yayo always stands by his friend.
Did 50 ever, like, write your lyrics, or did you always write your own lyrics?
Nah, I always wrote my own lyrics.
Every time?
Yes.
Because there'd be no shame in saying that this dude who's phenomenal.
50, I mean, come on, like.
One time, Vlad even asked Yayo if 50 wrote some of his lyrics, like on So Seductive. Yayo explained that while 50 helped with hooks, his verses were always his own. It felt like another attempt by Vlad to stir the pot, but Yayo shut it down. Meanwhile, while Vlad is busy with the drama, 50's out here building an empire. He's got hit TV shows, a successful liquor brand, and he's still making waves in music. But in a candid moment on Big Boy's Neighborhood, 50 admitted he sometimes wishes he wasn't the one in the spotlight. "My album blew up so big I brought them with me," 50 said, talking about Yayo and G-Unit. "But if I had my way, I'd have made Yayo the star, so I could focus on the business side." It's clear 50 Cent isn't just about making hits. He's a mastermind when it comes to business and staying ahead of the game. He's happy working behind the scenes, calling the shots while letting others shine. You can see it in his TV projects like Power and BMF, and even in the way he stepped up to executive produce Pop Smoke's posthumous album. 50 felt a connection to Pop Smoke, seeing a younger version of himself in the rising star. That's why he took it upon himself to guide the late rapper's vision for shoot for the stars, aim for the moon. In an interview with Billboard, 50 explained he wanted to give Pop the same kind of guidance that helped him blow up back in the early 2000s. No matter how much 50 achieves, there's always someone trying to take shots. Take The Game, for example. In an interview with DJ Vlad, he admitted that while being in G-Unit helped his career, it also created tension with 50. The Game felt like 50 was the only one really making money, while the rest of them were just along for the ride. Vlad didn't miss the chance to stir things up, using interviews with former G-Unit members to add fuel to the fire. But through it all, 50's remained loyal to those who've had his back. Tony Yayo, for example, has never let Vlad's attempts to create drama get to him. Even when Vlad tried to get Yayo to talk about 50's beef with Ja Rule, Yayo shut it down. That loyalty is part of what keeps 50 ahead of the game no matter how much drama surrounds him. But controversies around Vlad go way beyond that. Some years ago, Royce Day 59 called him out for disrespecting Minister Louis Farrakhan, sparking a wave of backlash on Twitter with calls for his cancellation. Even big names like Chuck English, Scotty Beam, Bruce Coleridge, and Noor joined in. Despite all the drama, both Vlad and Adam22 have built massive platforms, pulling in interviews with rising stars and OGs alike. While their approaches often spark criticism, rappers continue to flock to their shows, cementing their status as key players in hip-hop media.